Hello and welcome to Survive the Unexpected with your host Frank Pacino and my partners in crime James Hanson and Amanda Bryan. Today we're going to talk about Survivor 43 episodes 2 and 3. We weren't able to talk about episode 2 last week, so we're going to give kind of a faster one on that one before we talk about tonight's episode. But the editing seems like it's gotten a downturn this season so far. It feels like we're getting more story and background about each character. How do you guys feel about the editing in these two episodes as a whole?
Eh. I mean, we've got some players with some very obvious screen time. I would say Cody and Jesse and Ellie. Uh, and then I guess for the Blue Tribe, Carla, even though that tribe seems to be the one they really talk about and shown the least. But I
We're
feel
getting
like
the
we're at
Lulu
least getting a
effect.
little bit of a story from everyone. But those are the three people who I think have really kind of dominated four people have kind of dominated the screen time in the storyline so far. And I mean, Noelle had a really good episode tonight for that too. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe add her to that. They seem maybe because they've been to tribal twice, but they seem very focused on the red tribe.
I see. I don't mind the editing. I liked it. I liked it as a first episode thing. So the way that they did it, the first episode, it wasn't. I think I mentioned it last time we podcast. Like it just wasn't as bam in your face. It wasn't at like the editing of this season is not as dominating as 42 and 41. That's how I feel. It's just like they're starting to get into routine now of a new Survivor, and it's not as like bam pow as what the other ones were. Now I wonder if the editing this season is going to match the winner. Maybe the winner isn't as, dominating of a player as Marianne was, or, not, it might be more of a storyline of like Erica where it's a little bit more hidden. We're going to have to see. But I just feel like it just doesn't have that excitement to it like the other two seasons did. The only excitement I really have gotten from this season is the way that Cody is, excuse me, the way that Carla is, and then like the challenges. I mean, those are like the two most, I feel like, most entertaining players to watch. And the challenge, I feel like challenges have been pretty good. I enjoyed challenges this
I
season.
So I do too, and I'm not the biggest challenge guy either. Like I
Yeah.
like you guys, I like the show more for strategy, but I do think the challenges have been pretty fun to watch so far.
Mm-hmm.
See, I
I
think
like
that
how they have to show each other their answer when they go to the summit too,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
because
that's
they
a
didn't do that.
unique twist.
yeah,
It is.
yeah. So I really think the challenges have been fun. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not always a big challenge guy, and I love that the reward and the immunity are in one challenge. I don't need to see two challenges in one episode.
No.
So thank God that it's only one challenge.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like they're trying to build up towards the merge, and then these explosive characters are going to really pop off that they put a lot of time and backing into that we got to know going into the merge. I feel like they're touching people who are going to have a big part in the merge. That's why I'm worried for like a Cassidy and like a Lindsay and
Mm-hmm.
people like that who aren't getting that much screen time at
Maybe
all.
Janine.
Janine, yeah, I feel like Janine, her tribe is always on screen, but
It's
she's never been on
it's
screen.
it's crazy because I feel like the women have generally done really well recent seasons, but we've had three straight women booted, and I feel like a lot of the men are in like a better position for, except for a few. Like I feel like Ellie and now Noelle are in a pretty good spot, and then Carla is in a pretty good spot. But I feel like some of these women are very under edited so
I
far.
mean, you gotta remember though that Lindsay had a pretty similar edit in her season, and
Yeah,
look how I
Who?
mean she made the final five. Lindsay,
yeah. I mean,
Long
and
Lindsay.
Erica
Oh,
had
yeah,
the
yeah.
edit and
Yeah,
won. So
Hmm.
yeah, but I mean Lindsay didn't had a very very small edit, and then was a huge character in the merge. So I mean, you don't I wouldn't like count out like Cassidy and Lindsay just yet because this season's Lindsay just yet because the Lindsay from 42 or 42, yeah,
Yeah.
see, and I was
Yes.
yeah,
gonna say,
Lindsay.
when was the last time we had a woman booted as the first three boots? But Winners at War the first 3 boots were women, and I don't think it totally like the
Yeah.
merge wasn't totally like skewed like there's so many more men than women or anything. Like it might have helped get
Yeah.
like Parvati out before the merge because the men had that like Yule and Nick and Wendell group where like they were going to vote together. And I mean, they ended up getting Yule out next, but
Look,
still.
I feel like each of these women had reasons to be voted out.
Yes,
I don't
and
I,
that's
Yeah.
why
I don't think it's like one that's like, wow, why did that happen? Like Justine, she played that really bad this in
Yeah.
episode 2.
What
Nneka
about? I mean, what
failed
about Mariah?
twice.
I don't think Mariah did that bad.
I
Mariah
mean,
did good.
okay. Besides Mariah, I think Mariah is the only one that I can be like, that was a
Yeah.
little weird.
it probably should have been Janine if you're
Janine,
going for the same
well,
reason.
the weakest player would be Janine, but she
Or
did
you
really
just go
well
for
at the puzzle tonight.
Gabler and
Or yeah, get Idol out of there.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So besides Mariah, I think the last 2 boots, like episode 2 and 3, they had justifiable reasons to get rid of them.
Oh,
Just
absolutely. And that's why I don't really see anyone like online yet complaining like why
Oh,
were
it's
the first
coming.
3 boots women, because I do totally agree with the last 2, 3
Mhm.
or boot 2 and 3. They kind of like did it to themselves, really. So
Right.
yeah, you
I
can't
think it's just the way it's worked out. I don't think there's going to be like some dominant like men's alliance. Like we have the guys alliance on the yellow tribe, but I
Yeah.
still like if they go again, maybe like Janine goes next, but then I don't see Ellie going. I see like maybe like Sammy or Gabler going. Like I think that I don't think they're just set just because they have like the 3-2 numbers
Yeah.
with the guys right now.
So all right, let's just talk about like the main parts of episode 2 real quick. The only thing that really happened that was like groundbreaking within the game, the challenge was intense with that big ass snake. They had
Yeah.
to carry that thing that was
Oh,
400
yeah.
pounds. So Vessi goes to tribal, and so they have a plan. Jesse's like, look, I want to vote Justine out. Dwight doesn't have his vote, so it should be easy. He tries to get Dwight on board, but he does not seem to be on board.
No.
So Jesse's right in the middle. He can choose where he wants to go. And then you have Cody walk around. Production had to put this out there for him, right? They had to just Cody's walking over here throwing that stump. They threw that.
No.
So it was right there in the middle of the floor. Of course,
I think he's just that crazy. I
don't
do.
know. They put it there, and they're like, "Oh man, Cody's walking this way. Cody's gonna grab it. He's gonna ruin
I
tribal
love
tonight."
Cody. Can't
He
help
grabs
it.
it. Beware advantage. They all know.
Immediately opens it.
They all know that you're gonna risk your vote if you open this beware advantage. He opens. He's like, "Oh man, that was a mistake. I lost my vote." Living. Look, he's gonna make a deep run. He might. He had the episode title the first episode, so
Yeah.
he opens it up, and instead of saying a phrase and wait for the other 2 tribes to find this beware advantage, he has to get beads from every player within the game. He cannot steal them. He has to convince them to give the beads willingly. What do you think of this change from the beware advantage and from 42 and 41?
I like it. It gives you options. I personally, I don't know what I would do. I might if I didn't think I was in. Well, so you still can't vote until everyone else says the phrase too, right? Like Mike couldn't vote.
No.
Yeah, so
that was just 41 and 42. You just have to get the beads.
So you're saying it's different. Yeah. I thought you were saying the option was, but all right, I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah.
What do you think of the difference?
I don't. For some reason, when you said that, I thought first that Cody might have had the option to wait for a phrase or do that, but I like this better because you can go and get it. You don't have to rely on other people to like wait for someone to find something and still get screwed and not have your vote. So
right.
I do like it better, yeah. But it's hard to pull off. I mean, you need to be clever.
I like it. I wish all 3 tribes weren't the same. I wish there was a little bit of a different twist on every tribe. That's my only thing with it. I like it, but I don't want to see 3 episodes about 3 different tribes about how they're going to go to each person and get their beat, especially if they all succeed. You know what I mean? It's kind of like boring a little bit. I wish that each tribe had its own different challenge to obtain the idol, but you still
Yeah.
have to get something from every person, whether it's a phrase or it's a bead or whatever. But I wish it was different on every tribe. That's my
And
only
we're still
complaint.
waiting for Yellow Tribe, someone to find the idol too. Like, because
Yeah.
I think Ellie saw it, didn't see it, but they showed it,
No,
and
she was
she like
close.
reached in
It was
Yeah,
right
she was
above her
really
head.
close. It was
right
above her
past
head.
it.
So
Yeah.
at this point, Cody loses his vote, and he goes and talks to Jesse, and Jesse's like, "Okay, let's come up with a plan." And then they talk to NECA and like, let's get ask that you want it in your hat. And so they go and ask. He goes, "Yeah, I want this for my hat." And with the help of Jesse and NECA, he does get everybody's bead that he needs to put in his hat. Wears the hat in the tribal with the immunity bracelet, whatever beads you want to call it, on his head. And the only people who know about it is Jesse and NECA. And it ended up being a 3-1-1 vote. Justine and Noel voted. They split because that was the plan. They were going to split. They thought NECA would play or Shine in the Dark. But before we get to the tribal, and it was kind of but my favorite part of the whole episode was when Justine went up right up to Jesse and goes, "I have a good lying face," and then goes up to him later in the episode and goes, "Hey, I don't know if I can trust you. I feel like you're the swing vote. Are you voting with us? Can I trust you?"
See, I feel like they the way they foreshadowed that with both of those things being set up, it made me know as soon as they were going to travel, I'm like, all right, well, Justine's going home because they're just making her, the edit is doing her dirty right now, and they're showing why she lost the game, why she voted out so soon. So
Yeah.
like at that
You
point,
can
I
hundred percent
probably
tell
had
she
to.
was not a fan. I don't care if she said she was a fan. She's not a fan.
Oh
She didn't know
no!
what the fuck she was
If
doing.
she's a fan, she's a very casual fan.
Very, very casual fan. Like maybe seen
Yeah.
one season ever, if that, or a couple episodes here and there. Like I just did not get the vibe from Justine that she was even meant to be there. She was probably one of the worst casting decisions they've had in a long time.
Well, so I watched the exit interview on RHAP with her, and she said
Oh,
that
I
she
haven't
watched.
yet. How was that?
It was good. She watched the episode with her fiance or boyfriend. I think it was fiance. And during that part where she goes, "I have a good lying face," and then she looked over her fiance and was like, "Was that bad to say?"
Oh my god.
Oh man,
My
I thought she had fun with it. So like, I'm not
yeah.
even like she wasn't a poor sport
She
or
knows she played bad,
yeah.
probably. Yeah. My other favorite part about that too is that Cody's like he's in elevator sales, but he didn't tell them that. Like, but Justine told them she was in sales, and he's telling everyone like, yeah, like you can't trust a salesperson. Like salespeople are
Yes.
shady, and like in his confessionals the whole time he's like, I'm a salesperson.
Yeah. Yeah, so we,
This
we
was
did get a
great.
proposal. We did get a proposal at that tribal. Jesse proposed to
Jesse and Dwight.
Dwight. Yeah, like he's my island wife, he said, or something. Yeah, I don't know. That was something, I guess.
They have a strange relationship so far because they've already like Jesse already lied to Dwight and kind of like even though Dwight didn't have a vote, the second episode he kind of like they alluded to that early in the third episode about how Dwight wasn't sure if he could trust Jesse anymore. Him and Noelle are on the bottom, but like yeah, I feel like they're kind of building up this relationship. I don't know if it's gonna amount to anything, but
Mm-hmm. I
I don't
thought
know
it
what
was
you guys
kind of
think about that.
shifty. I thought it was kind of shifty whenever they were walking the summit together. Like if I was walking with Noelle and she was like, final three, what do you think, guys? What do you like? And just like popping off about being an alliance together. I thought that was very strange how the boys were just like, oh yeah, like we trust Noelle, like blah blah blah.
See,
blah.
I
And I
saw
was
the
kind of surprised
whole
that she did that.
I saw the whole vote thing, but that was actually one of like the 10 minutes I missed maybe while I was at work. I didn't see that while they were walking when she was saying that. That's crazy.
Yeah, she
I
was
didn't
like
know
pretty
that.
much telling. Yeah, she was telling Owen and who's the other person? Owen
James.
and James, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was telling Owen and James, like, oh, yeah, like she was saying to the camera in her confessional, she was like, I only have, so amount of time with these people. And I want to try to get something solidified in that amount of time. I think that's the wrong move. I think you get to know them, you like them. Hey, I'll scratch my back, you scratch yours type of thing. But trying to cut like a final 3 alliance right there, I just think that's not the way to go.
I mean, look, if I was in that position, especially for Owen or James, who kind of find themselves in the middle of both their tribes,
Right.
I think they're both aware that they're in the middle of both their tribes. Um, they go in, and then somebody goes, "Hey, I'm really in trouble. Save me, and I'll look out for you when we get to merge." That's something that I'm going to take up on. Now, would I stick to that final 3? Probably not.
No.
But
Right.
But having somebody on the other tribe say they will have my back if I don't risk my vote and let her have this advantage, which I probably don't even need right now.
Right.
And so she stays. I gain an ally. Ideally, lose somebody that I wasn't going to work with anyways over there because she says she's going to take out a big threat, which is what she did not do.
Yeah.
But
Right.
she said she was going to take out a big threat, and she does take out a big threat like a Cody or a Jesse on that side. That's huge for me as James or Owen. Like, yeah, let them go. Let them get out of here. I had nothing to do with it. She has an advantage. Now she trusts me. Now she owes me one going into merge. And if she's willing to give me this information once, she probably willing to give me that information again once we get to merge. So I don't think I'd be as nervous about it as you were. I'd be like, okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Who
See,
voted
so
against you? Thank you. Who's with each other? Okay. Yeah, I'm with you, girl. Don't worry. You can have the advantage. Thank you.
Exactly. Yeah.
so I don't know about, like you said, like the as soon as they get there, like saying final 3 and all this and all that. But I do like Noelle saying, listen, like I'm on the bottom. If you guys don't risk it, like I need this advantage. Like it'd be huge.
Yeah.
Like I'm here for you. And I'm fine with what James and Owen did. Like you said, they didn't need the advantage. If they went to it, they're still risking not getting the advantage and losing their vote. So I mean,
Yeah.
I think it was smart for both of them. And if Noelle does get the merge with the both of them, I feel if she doesn't honor her word, that they can really blow up her game. So I feel it's kind of a win-win for James and Owen to do what they did. And it was smart for Noelle too to like at least
Oh yeah.
take
For
that
her
approach
position,
because she
especially in the
really
position that
does.
she is.
I thought she needed that extra vote, and apparently she didn't tonight, but she has that in her pocket still. So
What is it,
And
an extra
look,
vote or a steal
it's a
vote?
steel vote. It's a
steal a
steel
vote,
That's what
vote,
I
which is even
thought.
better. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is it's huge on a small person tribe.
huge.
Huge.
Like she could have pulled something off tonight.
Yeah.
If
Which
she could have gotten Jesse or Cody out tonight if she really wanted to.
I will
mhm.
say though, having a steal vote on a small tribe is a huge advantage, but it's also a very big social risk because
And it's
you piss
a
off.
big target on your back once
It
you
is a
play
big
it
target.
and swing
Exactly. Like
something like that. Yeah.
because you piss one person off on your tribe by stealing their vote. All they have to do is pull one more person to at least tie, or get the other two to see that you're a big threat, like James
So
said.
Yeah.
that's good. Her steal a vote's good after merge still, I think, too. So like if
Mhm.
she can make it there
Keep
without
it.
having to use it, she can like pull off a big move later, like where you said it is risky on a small tribe like that. But if she can hold on to it and use it later in the game, that could be like a winner move, like honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to get back to the Baka tribe. So we get there, and Janine and Ellie are worried that Gabler is not going to be able to make
Oh,
it long
he's
term.
doing bad.
He's
I think there's
struggling.
like a 50-50 he
Yeah.
gets medevaced.
Yeah, he's on the verge of
Yeah.
medevac at any time. Um,
He doesn't look bad though. I mean, he
Yeah, but they keep
complains, but he
playing it
doesn't
up.
look.
The edit,
They do.
the last 2 episodes, they really played it up how bad he's doing.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
So they were like,
that's
I
true.
wish he didn't. They were in a group with Sammy too, and they're like, man, I wish we didn't have that idol. And like, what if we can convince him his idol expired, and then he doesn't play it, and then we
I
could
love
blindside
that.
him. And then Sammy's like, yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Should I go talk to him, or do you want to go talk to him? Oh, I'm going to talk to him. I have the better relationship. Okay, you go do you,
So
girl.
funny.
Dude,
And then,
Sammy's
like,
so great.
I love Sammy.
and he goes,
Mhm.
okay, so she thinks she's playing this game. She's running shit around here. So I'm gonna go talk to Gabler and tell her the information that she told me, saying that they went through his bag and that they found out how his idol lasts and
Mhm.
her plan. So he goes and tells Gabler everything, and Gabler's like, you know what? Fuck that. We're gonna vote her out next if we go to trial. And then they tell Owen about it, and Owen's like, dude, I knew about that in this confessional. I was there. I was keeping an eye out for him.
That's why
I think
Owen's in such a good spot, I
Yeah.
think, right now.
he
Yeah.
trained
Owen really
he
bounced back, man.
yes, he went from
From
like
bad
really
first
bad
episode.
to really in a really good position. Because like that first episode,
Yes.
he does not look the greatest.
No, when he
You
was
guys
like
know- you
everyone's
guys know
like
that Edmo is
preseason
in a
pick,
group chat
like
with
to win
Owen?
and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys know that Edmo is in a group chat with Owen? Has known
Yeah,
Owen
he
before
showed me
we
the
started.
screenshot.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that whole thing was, and then the best part was like, yeah, I want to keep it and give it to my daughter. I feel like it would be a cool thing to give my daughter. And the girls go down the beach and like celebrating like they did something. Like, yeah, we got them. Da, da, da. I can't believe we bought it. And then Owen's like, God, that was so shady. I think Owen could go either way with the girls or with Gabler and Sammy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think so too.
absolutely. So I don't know. What my gut tells me is they lost again, they would get rid of Janine, and then Sammy or Gabler would probably go after that because Owen and Ellie would be able
The
to
problem
like
is it'd be
tell
2-2.
one of the. Yeah, but I think they could tell one of the two. It's either be you or you, and they could get them to vote like that way.
I feel like
just don't
Sammy would
understand.
crave.
I just don't understand that how Gabler is feeling as bad as he does because he performs in challenges. Their tribe is fine, and I mean, other than
He
the
just
first
doesn't
challenge,
at camp. He just doesn't. He's
No.
either like he just doesn't do anything. He's just always laying around. Like I
Yeah.
think that's
I
what
think
it
he
is.
has
Really.
a problem with boredom. I think a part of it is definitely. I mean, not that he's not sick or whatever, but I think a part of it is boredom because during the challenges he's fine. I mean, you watch his performance and he looked at that snake the last episode just as well as
he's
everybody
done
else
fine
did.
in every challenge
Yeah.
so far. Yeah.
So if they go to tribal, I wouldn't see. I could see Gabler sticking around just for the simple fact that he's not bad at challenges.
He also has an idol that's good for one more tribal, which they all know about too. So, he's not going to go if they go next. It's going to be Janine or it's going to be Sammy. It'll just come down to
Carla's the only one that's not sharing about her idol, right?
Yes.
Carla hasn't told any about her idol, and then Cody has told James.
Yeah. Or no, Jesse.
Or Jesse, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
And Nneka knew. So look, if this was not a winning segment of a segment for a winner, I don't know what would be. Carla with her doing the advantage. She had 2 segments talking about this advantage. James first mentioned, I'm gonna go look for the idol, which is kind of weird, and Lindsay kind of called him out, and it was
it was very, very weird to like say that to everyone, and then as soon as like they all get away, Carla goes looking for it, and we're like, oh well, she's definitely gonna find it now.
Yeah,
and then she does find it, but at first she doesn't want to open it because she
puts
sees
it back.
Beware. Yeah. And then she decides against it, I guess, and says, "Fuck it." So,
she talked to James, and James
James,
yeah.
James is like, I'm opening that
good.
if I find it. And then she's like, you know what? You're right. And she goes and gets up. She's like, I'm going to go fill my water. Goes back, grabs the advantage, opens it up, and then comes up with this plan by herself to get all these beads. She barters all this stuff to get these beads. And Gio was like, I don't want to give up my bead. And she had to give him like all her beads to get that one bead, the one bead that she needed. And
I thought... You guys, realize this or not, but during the episode, if you pay attention to the time of the day that she does this, the sun and where the sun was in the sky at this point in time, she did all that so fucking fast.
Yeah.
Like like so fast. Like
I didn't notice that, but I'll look
this-
out for that. when I watch
seriously,
it.
look at when you watch it. If you watch it again, it's like I think who was the last person she got the bead from? The sun
Ryan.
was going down.
Ryan.
It was Ryan.
Socks.
The sun was
The
going.
socks.
Yes, the socks. It was so funny. But the sun was starting to kind of finally get past, you know, a little bit where it was before. But she had to have done that within a 4-hour period.
Yeah.
4 or 5 hour period, 100% had to.
That whole segment made me think this girl might be winning the game right now.
Yeah.
This might be like a
Yeah.
winner. Like this, I
Because
just
she had to do it that night before she lost her vote, correct?
Yeah, or if she before tribal, she would lose her vote
Oh,
until she got.
Okay, so they could have edited that
Yeah.
over a couple days.
Yes,
I guess
it could have been a couple days, but
It could have been
but let's just say she got it in before the challenge or something.
right.
She barters her earrings to the girls. She gets James is pretty easy. James is like, yeah, I don't care. And then
James
Ryan,
is
she's like, Ryan, we are trading things. We are bartering things so we have something to each other. Why don't we trade some beads or something? And he goes, you know what? You're right. Let's trade something. Let's trade socks.
And then she brought up
like a
something about
shark
her
sock, bro.
girlfriend or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She traded more beads and pebbles to him because he's collecting them for his wife. And that's great social game that she knew what he was doing and what would get him to trade the bead because she paid attention to what he's doing for his wife. He's not just collecting these rocks, he's collecting for his wife. So like that whole segment was like, oh my goodness, this is like a winner segment right here.
Yeah, Carla's got a very good story and good edit. Smart, nothing but smart, like gameplay, smart edit so far.
Yeah,
she's been impressive.
So that's why I'm not like too concerned with the 3 women going because you have Ellie. Yes, she kind of fell flat a little bit this episode, but she's been a star so far on her tribe.
Yeah,
Ellie's gonna be fine.
And then you have Carla over here looking like the best player on her tribe. This woman who you look at her, she's like a Suri who looks like she just came, she just got off the couch, That's Jeff loves that sort of thing. Like a normal woman. She's not a model. She's not an Instagram influencer. She came out there to play the game, and she's succeeding at it so far. And she's been entertaining while she's doing it as well. And she has reasoning for everything she did. She set the advantage back up because she's like, you know what? I'm in such a good position. Why risk my vote and burn myself? But then she thought about it. She's like, I'm here to take risks. I'm here to play the game. I'm here to win the game. So she went and came back and got it. Like, she's impressed me more than anybody.
I love Carla. I admit I was so wrong going in.
Yes, she was last pick, right? In our draft.
She was one of them.
And I just thought, like, based off her, maybe like it proves you can't judge a book by its cover or see anything based off like a 1 to 2 minute video. She didn't really pop on that either, but like she's impressed the hell out of me, and I'm rooting for her because I like players that aren't out there just to be Instagram influencers that actually want to play the game. And she's came there to play the game, and like she's not a game bot either. Her social game has been fantastic. Like I think there's no chance she's getting voted out on that tribe. No chance.
No chance. Like she's the last. Like everybody wants to work with her. Everybody thinks they're working together with her.
Yeah,
and she's literally in the best position because her tribe is not lost, and they merge with say all 6 intact. She's gonna be the most protected out of everybody because they're gonna see Mike as a threat. They're gonna, or not Mike, but Ryan as a threat. They're gonna see James as a threat. They're gonna see the beautiful blonde women as threatening for these other guys who are be distractions to them. So they're gonna be Cassidy, Lindsay. They feel like they're gonna be perceived as bigger threats than Carla going into the merge from an outside perspective. So I feel like
Coco right now is getting the Luvu treatment where we're not getting
they just keep winning.
They keep winning. But remember, we got a winner out of that kind of edit.
Think about the last 2 winners. The last 2 winners only went to one combined tribal between the 2 tribes.
Yeah.
And that was Marianne.
Yep.
because
And it was who got voted out that night? Mariah, I think.
Mariah, yeah, Mariah,
'Cause
and because the
Jonathan,
other guy was medevaced.
what's his name?
I can't remember.
Jackson.
Jackson, yeah.
Yeah.
He was medevaced the first episode. So between the two winners the last 2 seasons, they've only gone to one pre-merge challenge. Tribal.
That's what helps winners is not going to tribal and
especially when you
that's
don't swap either.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like
so on that the blue tribe though, if they do lose, like I'm assuming if they stay with these tribes, they might lose once before the merge. Who do you think goes home? Because I think
Gio
it's
goes
either
home.
Gio or Ryan.
I think Gio goes home.
Because I agree, because I think Ryan's too much of an asset in the challenges. He might not be like, I don't think he's going to be the smartest. I think Ryan probably is middle to lower tier of like strategic players in this game.
Yeah,
he doesn't pop for me. No. I'm not a huge fan.
No,
but I think they would get rid of Gio because he would be more of a strategic threat later. And if they would stay on the tribes longer, I think Ryan would help them keep avoiding tribal. And then the girls have their thing. They've shown that James is also kind of been pulled in with the girls, so it's got to be Gio or Ryan.
Yeah. So we get to the challenge. It's our relay challenge. Gio sits out, and I love that he sat down and looked for the advantage on the bench.
Yeah.
I screamed.
Finally,
yes, a smart fucking.
Yeah, like
a smart super fan.
I'm volunteering to sit out of that challenge,
and I'm looking.
And as soon as no one's looking, I'm reaching everywhere.
Fuck yeah! I thought that was so smart of him, and I love that the edit it showed it just the clip of it. You know what I'm saying? Because as a super fan watching, we know what he's doing. But as a casual viewer, they might not know it. It was definitely an edit for a super fan.
Yeah,
and that's what I liked about it.
Little quip. He goes, "I just had to look."
I know.
I can't wait till they hide something at Tribal.
Me too.
Adam Klein's dreams come true.
Yeah. So we get the challenge, and look, I wrote down a few standouts of that challenge. We had Ryan, who literally beasted through his part of the challenge.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
He might not be the smartest, like I said, but he's good at the challenges. Yeah.
Noelle, you couldn't even tell that she was, she swam, with just one leg.
She fucking took her prosthetic leg off,
killed it,
and jumped in the water and said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna kill this."
Yeah.
If they had voted her out tonight, I would have been.
That would have been tough.
Yeah.
So she stood out to me. Carla, she kept up with everybody as well.
Yeah,
she did really well as well.
You said she looks like a Suri, and she wasn't a Suri in the challenge. She did everything she had to do.
Yes, and she hasn't held them back one time.
Nope.
So, and then also Janine and Allie, because they destroyed that puzzle.
They did.
Yeah.
With no time.
Yeah, they I think they were like the second or third team to get there, and they easily won that challenge by the end of it. It wasn't even close by their puzzle.
Yeah, the funny thing is Vessi was the first team to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And then NECA and who was the other one on the puzzle?
Jesse
just completely flopped that puzzle.
Yeah, NECA didn't even know what she was, just moving pieces. It didn't even look like she was doing a rhyme or reason.
Yeah, and then
she was just
at a certain point, she's just staring over at the other ones, like
trying to figure it out.
Urgency, like, what are they doing? Like, let me try to figure that out. Still couldn't. Like, I knew they were losing as soon as they got passed by someone. I was like, NECA's gonna screw this up for them again.
And look, that's a huge reward. They got a lot of fruit.
Yeah,
they got a survivor kit and then a lot of fruit. That's huge.
Can't forget about the rewards.
No, those and look, I'm eating all that fruit before we get to merge. I ain't taking none of that with me.
Well,
that's with us. We taking all that. I'm eating all of it.
That's right.
So yeah, it was a fun challenge. We had a few standouts. I feel like the only one who really looked really bad was NECA. Jesse kind of didn't look great, but the way it sounded like afterwards, NECA was like, "Don't worry, I got this." Da da da, and she really did not have this. That's 2 puzzles in a row that she really did bad in, and that's what set up tonight's episode.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Cody and Jesse didn't want to do it. They talked about it. They really didn't. They were like, man, should we keep NECA? Should we? But we don't want to lose. And they were right. They can't lose another pre-merge tribal.
Look,
three altogether is suicide trying to get into the merge. It just
Look,
is.
Yeah.
Look, you looked at Shan and Ricard, right? They
Yeah.
had a really decent run, a good run in 41, right? And it was just 2 of them.
Yes.
If I'm Jesse and I'm Cody, I'm taking my chances with NECA, because if we go to tribal and it's just us three have you and me have each other's back, bro. And then you and me are in the merge. Anything can happen in the merge. I'm sticking with NECA because Jesse just blindsided Noel and burned bridges with Dwight.
Yeah.
And by going back on that, like, he burned 2 people, and those 2 people are still in the game on a 4-person tribe. It's just he could easily be gone if they go to tribal again. Unless they do something dumb and they put it all on to Cody and he has his idol and he's safe, then whoever they vote for will go home.
So I have a
I don't think they're
rebuttal
gonna. I
on
don't think
that.
they're gonna go. I don't think they're gonna go to tribal again. But go on.
Yeah. So my slight rebuttal on that to what Frank said is I think Jesse might have been thinking, if we do get rid of NECA, like Amanda said, we're not going to go to tribal again before the merge. But it's also hard to say when you've lost 2 of the 3 challenges. So, but if NECA was
I
really
think he also
the
thought,
major weak link, which I think she might have been, I think it was a hard move for Jesse either way.
It was.
I don't
it was a hard
think there
move
was
either way.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think there was a great move there, but like you could have got Noelle out, and she didn't play her advantage either. So.
Shoot, if I was them, I would have voted Dwight out.
The episode. They were putting in the episode how well Noelle did on that challenge. Cody made the comment, she's kept up with everybody.
Oh, and she did.
Everybody. And she 100% did. She kicked ass. And then she went to the summit. So they don't know. I mean, she said that she didn't have anything, but they don't know, at the same time.
Yeah,
so not only is this girl a challenge beast, but she might have an advantage too that could hurt us or help us. So
NECA was
they're not going to take the chances. Yeah, NECA was the only option. I think
logical decision. Yeah.
I think Dwight could have gone too, but that's also a man that can help them in challenges as well. I think they made the right move based off of why they wanted to vote, which was to win challenges. Then they made the right move at the end. Now, alliance-wise, for Jesse specifically, it might not have been the best move, but for the other 3 people on the tribe, it was the best move.
So this is what I'm thinking. Look, Cody's protected. He has his idol, right? So no matter what, like, if they get something fishy, he's gonna be safe. But like Jesse, for sure, like, can you trust? Like, he even talked about cutting Dwight earlier in the episode. Like, if I have to, I'll cut him. So, like, if that's the case, does he get rid of him? I understand winning challenges is important, yes, but like, what's it gonna do? What good is it gonna do if you guys lose the next challenge? You go home, Jesse, and they win the next one without you. It does you no good. Right. You're just sitting in Ponderosa, pissed off that you voted out an ally who would never turned on you.
I guess
that's true. And I mean, I think that it does prove, I think Jesse could be very cutthroat in this game. And if they realize that soon, it could get him in trouble. But I still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't think the move was as bad as what
they lose, he's probably gone next.
Yeah, see that's
if he loses, it probably is, but he probably would have been gone next anyway.
No, yeah. So anyway. I'm like,
because if they voted out Dwight here or Noelle, if they vote out Dwight here, say we're doing NECA 100%. They vote Dwight here, right? Because they just say they're worried about Noelle having an idol, right? They vote out Dwight. Right. Dwight goes home, and then even if she steals the vote, it still only be a tie.
Yeah.
It still would only be a tie, but they don't want to go to tribal again. The whole point of it is they don't want to go to tribal again because their tribe would go into losing numbers into a merge where they're a third of the game. And not even half. They're a third of the game.
But does it matter if they go all 4?
It does matter.
If they all 4 go to merge, does he really think he can work with those 2?
That's even worse. That means you have even less allies to go
No,
with. Into
but
the
like that's
merge
what I'm
with.
saying. If he goes to merge with those two, do you really think Dwight and Noel are going to work with him?
They'll have to if they want tribe majority in order to do anything. You're going against a tribe that has.
No, I think they all
say they merge.
go
Say they
they
merge
go
at
their
14.
separate ways. I think
I think they're going to
They
go their
might
separate
go their
ways.
separate ways. They're gonna have to because they're not a strong. They're not a strong tribe. They can't
It's
win
just not.
challenges.
Yeah, like that tribe is.
It's the sad part.
It's in fucking shambles. Like, and the yellow. Honestly, I like the divisions in all these tribes because I feel like there could be. There's no kumbaya.
We
shit
need
going
a
on.
swap. We need a swap this season, and
We're
that's
not
what I'm
going to
kind
get
of.
one, but
I know
wish
we're not
we
going to
would.
get one, but I wish we would. Exactly, I wish we would. This is the type of season that needs a swap because we're getting one tribe that's getting decimated in challenges, and
they
not.
did the same
not
thing in
even all the
41.
tribes. Yeah,
They did the same
they
thing in
did.
41. They let
And it wasn't
Yeah,
wasn't
41
enjoyable to watch.
sucked. So
so they let one tribe go to two people.
I still don't
41
think Jesse
sucked.
is in that bad position because he's got, he doesn't have NECA now, but now Cody is his number one ally for sure. I think that NECA was Cody's number one. I think that Cody would have picked NECA over Jesse. And now Jesse's got Cody on his side that he knows for sure has an idol. He could play that idol on Jesse too. We didn't even talk about that part of it.
Look, if we're on a 4-person tribe and we're it's us.
Cody could have convinced him.
I'm not playing the idol.
I'm not playing the idol for
my
you guys. I'm sorry. I'm playing the idol for myself.
but Cody's not like that.
That's
Cody's
true.
living the moment. I'll do anything for
He's
my
vibing.
buddy, my friend. He's living.
He's living. That's what it is. Living.
Yeah, he's living. And so I don't think it's out of the water to assume that he could play his idol on Jesse. And they could show it next episode where, Jesse might not wanted to vote out NECA. But Cody was like, listen, bro, I got your back. We need to do this to go strong going forward. If you're in trouble, I'll play my idol on you. We have heard people say these words before in orgs. It's not an uncommon thing to say or to barter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Jesse might be in a better position than what we think he is. I think that Cody is a way better of an ally than NECA for him personally.
No, I think NECA is
I think Dwight's fucked. I think if they go again, Jesse is smart enough and likable enough that he will stay over Dwight.
Look, Dwight is the perfect second merge boot.
Yeah, but I don't think Dwight's a good player at all.
He's a perfect
so
second merge boot.
Yeah.
He's the he's the vote of like let's not make a big move, let's make an easy vote.
But
Amanda,
I could see what you're saying. Because if Noelle was like really smart and they lost again, she could like go with Cody and go with Jesse and spare Dwight, even though has a lot more loyalty to him, and save her extra vote for the merge when she could really use it and work with people from the other tribes. So
did they show, I might have missed this part of it, did they show why she gave her bracelet to Cody?
Oh, they did. He just asked, like, can I get your bracelet? And she's like, yeah, go ahead. Here. It was pretty much, that was it.
They had that whole edit the episode before how she wasn't going to do it, and then she ended up just fucking doing it.
Well, it was the end of episode 2.
They showed it at the tribal, like, right before the vote.
I must have missed that.
Yeah, it was right before the vote of us. Yeah, like, look, Justine was blindsided. NECA was blindsided. I do love the tribal. Jeff was talking to him like, how confident you guys feel? And everyone answered they were confident besides Noelle. So
she was honest.
She was honest, yeah. Jeff clearly loves Jesse.
Oh yeah.
He's such a Jesse fan because he loved his interaction with him at Tribal.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, it was just so like
it wasn't a bad episode. I will say that this season just doesn't tickle my fancy like 42 did. It's kind of on the same caliber as like 41 for me so far. I think it's a little bit better than the beginning. I don't know. I really like the hype of the first 2 seasons, like the feeling of Survivor, and I just don't feel that this season. I feel like it's a little bit more mundane.
42 I really liked, but the real like first good tribal was the 4th episode, so we got to really give it till that, because we got that episode where what's her name went home,
uh,
Oh,
Jenny.
Jenny,
James
yes,
or
Jenny.
Yeah.
James Vreeland's
So that's when it
goat.
got really interesting, and I think everything from there on out was really interesting. But we still had
Mhm.
sort of this slow build up, and I think this season we are getting a lot of the character uh introductions that we need, and there's enough good characters for it to be good going forward. And I don't think any of the people who left so far have totally gotten robbed. I don't think any of them
I
would have
think
been like that strong players.
Right.
so. So I think this is what I you can compare 43 to 41 and 42. This is 41 and 42 was a sprint. They got there, they hit the ground running, and it felt like they never stopped.
Right.
Especially 41. 41 was just crazy.
41
And
sucks.
it
I'll
was
say
not
it
that
I
so
bad.
many
like
times.
41.
And they hit the
I hate
ground
it.
running, and 43 seems like this is more of a marathon. This feels like it's a little bit of a it's like an older school season, but not quite an older school season. Like it's tamed back a little bit, where the first 41 and 42 was advantage heavy and all this
Yeah.
stuff, all these twists and turns and everything like that. This season's more of a let's get to know these people. Let's see where people really lie. Let's see if they can
Character
use
building.
their social skills to gain these advantages and not just find them or say these dumb phrases that nobody liked. Um,
Right.
and things like that. And Noelle, she could say she used her social skills to convince these guys not to risk the vote to give her that advantage. Um, you can say that as an uptick on her. That's something that we really haven't seen because you had what for last year you had Cheyenne who told Omer, "Don't worry, I can't risk my vote," and then she risks her vote and loses her vote because of it,
Right.
which cost her and Daniel the game pretty much.
Yeah.
I feel like look, Daniel did not handle that tribal well, but it's only because because
Chanel.
Chanel, sorry,
Chanel.
Chanel risked her vote. So like bad social plays caused that, where Noelle had a good social play. So I feel like this is a building up, and I just feel like once we start running, we're not going to stop running until the end.
Yeah, and I mean, we can't judge a season this early.
Right.
And I said, especially since the first three boots were no one that anyone really was like drooling over preseason. Like, I don't think any of
Right.
those people were going to win the game before like the show even started.
Right.
So all
Right.
these
feel like-
threats are still left, and they'll battle it out. And like you said, we're getting these stories now, and I think Amanda said it earlier. Once it gets to merge, we're gonna get like what really happens after that. Like they're just building up these stories, and these big characters are still gonna be
Yeah,
there.
Frank was saying that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
It feels like a little bit longer of a season. It does.
give like a power ranking. Like give me like your top 3 contenders so far.
To win?
Yeah, to
See,
win.
that's so hard to say right now because there's characters that I still like that don't get a ton of edit. I really like James, but he's on the Blue
Same.
Tribes right now, so he doesn't get a ton of edit. I mean, Carla found the idol, so she's going to get a majority of the edit, and the way that she did it was fantastic. But it could be a Shan situation, where she goes final 9, or it's just like, I mean, Shan didn't go at final 9, but still, it's look at Nasir. We got a ton from Nasir that season, and he went pretty early.
Trash player the whole time though. Come on.
But it's still entertaining to watch. What I'm saying is
but
a big personality
I
on
knew
that
from like the
season.
first episode
But
that guy
like
was not
just
gonna win.
on the gameplay we've gotten to see so far, who do you think's playing the best game so far?
Gameplay alone.
Yes.
We're thinking for our
Okay,
podcast
here I'll give mine. I got
I go
mine.
first?
We already know yours is
Go ahead,
Carla.
Go, James.
Frank, you only been stroking her dick the whole fucking
I'll go
podcast.
first. I'll just do one from every tribe.
Yeah.
There
So,
you go.
Obviously, Blue Tribe, it's got to be Carla. It has to be. They've been the least edited tribe, but she's been the main focus. She has her idol now. She's in with everybody. So I have to say her from that tribe. From Yellow Tribe, I'm still going to say Ellie. I still don't think she's in trouble if they go.
Hot
I
take.
think she's fine there. I also will give a 1B there. I think Owen is in a really good spot now, and he'll be solid. And then the Red Tribe, I'll give 2 also for that. So I guess it'll be 5 people total, which I'll touch on the
Yeah.
end. So I'll say Noelle after what happened tonight, just because she's basically with her steal a vote in the majority just with that alone. Plus, she's got a really good story. Plus, that relationship with Owen and James now, where they owe her one really. So or she owes. I guess she owes them one, but I think they'll be loyal to each other. So I'll say Noelle and Cody because Cody still has his idol and he's still in a good spot. So overall, my top 5 from that would be Cody, Noelle, Ellie, Owen, and Carla. I think those are my 5 like contenders right now.
Look, Carla's number 1 for sure. So she's been
That's
getting
that's
nothing.
fair.
She's been nothing but like the golden girl at it so far.
Yeah.
Right.
Then I would say see Vessi, I think is the hardest one, but I think Baca, I think I'd give it to Owen over Ellie because I think Owen's in the middle. He's in the
Yeah.
best position, and we see that pretty much everyone seems like they trust him. So I think he's in the second spot for me, and the third spot, but I'd probably give it to Cody slightly, only for the fact that I think I trust Cody's ally more than Noelle's ally. And
Yeah.
that's where I think I give
Mhm.
Cody the edge over Noelle on that tribe because Jesse seems like more of a capable player and it seems like they're more of a duo and it seems like Dwight is just there and he's there.
So
So
after last week, Jesse was my winner pick still. I was like, and tonight's episode really kind of
I just think he's in the most danger if they go to
I
tribal.
think he's playing a little too paranoid. I think he's getting a little too in his head.
Too
I
little
mean, I might
sloppy.
go out there and do the same thing, but I really think it's
So-
kind of getting
it go Carla, then it would go Owen, and then it would go Cody.
But do you
For
think?
me, oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Do you think what I said is the other two?
See, I feel like so Baca.
You guys
I
are
can
sleeping.
see
You guys are sleeping on somebody, and I'm going to
So,
mention them if you guys
if
are.
you
I know who it is, and I
if
Who is it?
if he goes with the guys, Sammy's in the B
Sammy.
position. If he goes
Sammy
with
for
the girls,
sure on that tribe.
Allie's in the B position.
He's smarter than everybody else. He's the youngest
He's
person
smart.
on the tribe, and he's
Yes, he's
smart
smart.
as fuck.
But
He
the
literally saw right through Ellie, through her.
But this is the problem. If Owen decides to go with him, he's most likely to go next tribal if they go to tribal. If he goes with the girls.
But
So
then
that's
he might
why
be smart enough to get himself out of it, and he's
So-
been one of the best performers
That-
on their tribe.
That's why I mean
I'd be
it all
shocked if
depends
they
on
got rid of
Owen what
him.
Owen does.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where Owen
Yeah.
lies. If he lies with the guys, I feel like Sammy's in a great position. If he lies with the girls,
I can't
Allie's
even
in a
get
great
my
position.
3 picks out
Go ahead.
before you guys tell me I'm wrong.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I
go.
didn't say you're wrong. We both agreed.
Say Carla, obviously, but listen, here's my thing with the Blue Tribe. We don't have any edit to go off of. Carla is
No.
getting the golden edit. We haven't even seen barely the other 5 people on our tribe. So it's like we don't have no choice but to pick Carla, whereas Carla might not be the best player on that tribe. We just don't know yet. It might be next week's episode she could fall just like Jesse did this week. But right now it's going to be Carla on the Blue Tribe. And then I would say Sammy is the smartest person and probably the most likely to be able to have a winning game off of that tribe, off of them altogether. I think Owen's smart, but we saw Owen be way messy in the previous episode. And then with the Vessi tribe, I'm going to say it's probably Noelle because I feel like Cody and Jesse are a little bit messy and they just lost an ally member where Noelle gained an advantage. And I think she can still be in good with Cody and Jesse because she's got no ill will with them. You know, they just sent NECA home, which they didn't want to do. I think Dwight's probably in the worst position in that tribe, but I can see Noelle being able to get in with Cody and Jesse with a majority instead of making it a tie. And like you said, Frank, being willing to cut Dwight. I think if they go to tribal again, that's what's going to happen. Yeah.
So this is my thinking. Like, I just want to say, Breland, that Sammy take might be a bad take. just coming back to him. But there's 0% chance Sammy plays a good game. We'll see. Still early.
That's true.
We'll see.
I don't think it was a bad take for him at the time. I'd like Sammy to prove us wrong because,
Yeah.
like you said,
Yeah.
19-year-olds on Survivor.
Yeah. Look, I picked him in my draft. All my picks are still there, so
he's entertaining too.
he
Like,
is
He's very
entertaining.
entertaining.
I like him.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so it just all depends. We really don't know exactly where some of these tribes stand. Like you said, Coco hasn't gone to tribal. Baca is
Right.
up in the air, and I feel like Owen's in the driver's seat there. But really, we could be blindsided, and all of a sudden he goes with the girls, and he just plays
Yeah.
the guys.
Mhm.
So it really all depends. We'll see as times go down. I would like to see more Coco, but it's kind of hard with them to keep winning.
Yeah, see, that's the thing that concerns me about Sammy is if Owen goes with the girls, that Gabler, he has his idol still, and that they could, I guess, make Sammy like the easier vote.
That's
Even
exactly
though
what I'm thinking.
he does have a good strategic mind, has been social and has been good in the challenges. That's what worries me. But I do think if they lose again, I think that it might not be the best move for Ellie, but it doesn't matter because she doesn't even have to vote with them. I think the 3 guys would just get rid of Janine.
Yeah.
Unless Gabler's like dying or something. Like unless Gabler, like I said, Gabler could easily be medevaced. Like,
he's a
Yeah.
mixture. He's a mixture of Brad and Mike.
Yeah.
He's fake.
No,
I think
he's
he's
more
being a bit
Brad
of a
than
wussy
Mike.
because he
Come on.
performs in the challenges. If you perform
I think he's smarter than he lets on, like Mike was. Not quite as sociable, but he's so odd like Brad. He's such a character like Brad, and he's like a mixture of those.
No,
two
Mike.
He reminds me of
Mike was a
Bob.
really good player though. Like he just didn't own his game at the end.
I feel like he was. He was a good player. He was a really good player. He did really bad at FTC.
He controlled like all the votes that season, basically.
I wouldn't say all of them.
Most of them. And he was the one who was able to, like, from the tribe who went to travel the most, was able to connect with the people from the other tribes the most and get himself good with all those people. And he couldn't own that at the end. He just acted like he played with all this like integrity. Right. It's like, no, you fucked so many people.
Yeah. So all right. So Lisa Neka went home. They had a nice moment. They voted out. She wasn't upset. She gave them all hugs. They hugged as a tribe. It was a nice, sweet moment. But yeah, she had her purpose in the show. I'm glad she enjoyed her time. She was out there doing her best. But don't volunteer for the puzzle if you can't do it. Always get you sent home.
Yeah, but would she been able to help in the physical part more?
Yeah, but like
that, I don't know.
We don't know. We don't know how bad she would have been.
Right.
But like at least there, you could have other people like kind of help you with the puzzle. It's just 2 people. Like it's kind of like if you fuck up, it's like it looks a lot more on you, and it's like, it's more noticeable if you just screw up the puzzle. Than
did you guys watch the next time on Survivor?
I didn't actually, but you can.
I did.
Me.
So the challenges, they're gonna have a challenge. They're probably gonna have 2 challenges, which I'm not a fan of. But it sounds like they're gonna have a reward challenge where they get to go steal stuff from another camp.
Old school.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
That's
and I feel like
Survivor
Coco might be able to go.
Like,
yeah,
damn.
I feel like Coco might be going to tribal next round too. So
they have like good. Their tribe is good, but is it that good that they're going to avoid everyone?
They don't have a Danny or a Jonathan on their team.
No, they have Ryan.
No,
they have Ryan.
Like, but
he's good, but like they don't have a former NFL football player on their team or
Jonathan, who's a record
Hercules
holder in like weightlifting.
Yeah.
Ryan's pretty big.
He is big, but
he ain't
Jonathan.
Not like Jonathan, but nobody's like Jonathan.
You can't. Yeah,
Jonathan's
tell me that the blue tribe will avoid every
Yeah.
tribal.
Yeah,
'cause-
he's a real life Hercules, man.
yeah,
Um,
actually, yeah.
yeah. So I mean that about covers it for about these 2 episodes. I think we're
Right in an hour, perfect.
yeah. I think we like this season. I think
Right on
I
an
like
hour.
where it's going. I know you guys. Some people worry about how slow it's going, but I think they're doing it to make it speed up towards later and the season goes because the way 41 and 42 were, they hit the ground running, advantages and all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so like it was so much going on, it was hard to focus sometimes on what was going on. So I think they're like they took the criticism to heart. It's like we need to edit this better. Let's get to know these people. Let's get them invested in these characters, and instead of only invested in the 3 or 4.
Right.
So
I think production, like you said, they changed it a little bit. I think they learned from their mistakes and the feedback they got. And I think that this will be a better edited season, as we said. And like 41, I just really don't think the cast was that good. 42, it was, I think. And I think they did an okay job at editing. But this season, where they finally have feedback on both of those seasons, not like 42, they
Right.
didn't have any feedback because it filmed like back to back. So I feel
Right.
like this is where it might be a little different, and I like that. I think it will end up being a solid season. We've got
Right.
plenty of people to root for.
yeah. So what do you think? All right. So the last island was called Shipwheel Island. What should we call this big rock?
I just call the summit.
That's what I call it too.
I call the summit. Yeah.
I feel like we gotta come up with the rock of advantages.
No. We'll think about it.
We'll
Like,
think
get
about
to
it.
you on the next podcast. Yeah.
The island of the not idols.
Oh wait, no, I'm just kidding.
Isn't it basically? At least it was in 41. Wasn't the summit thing they went to like basically what the Edge of Extinction was, where they had to do the like the challenge to get like the logs and stuff? It was the same thing, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
In which season?
So I'm saying 41 and 42, where they had to do the summit, where they had to hike up everything. That was the same mountain in Fiji that they went to in Edge of Extinction, where they had to go get like the logs,
The rice
like,
and stuff.
yeah.
Gotcha.
No, it was like, I'm telling you. It was
Oh,
the
that's
same
cool.
thing. Where Ethan, I think, like
almost
passed
died.
out, and Boston Rob like busted himself up or something like that. But yeah.
So
The summit from 41, 42, and 40 was the same thing.
all right.
Is
So
that like Edge of
I
Extinction?
I have a better name. The rock of advantages.
Yes.
It's not good either, Frank.
Hey man, I'm trying to hear. All right, whatever. You guys are no fun. All right, but thank you guys for watching. Please follow us all our podcast locations: YouTube, Podbean, Spotify, iTunes. Follow us on Twitter. Join our Facebook group. We'll eventually get back to Big Brother 3. Look at you, Amanda.
I don't like it. I'm sorry. I'm having a
I
hard
like
time
it.
watching it.
I do too. But all right, we'll talk to you guys
That's
soon.
why
Thank you guys for
finish it
watching.
without me. You probably get it done before I will.
We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Thanks.